for example, when I wanted to write, and I was like, well, I really, this is back years ago. I want to I want to be a writer and I want to be able to make a living. Oh, well, it's good that you're not really concentrating on that anymore because nobody ever makes good money at writing instead of being like and just, being an encouraging
But then she was a hater though.
as I'm thinking about it, I mean, she would say that she's just sharing her opinion and not
Oh, did
replying
you
to
did you
you.
talk to her about it?
Um, in the end, no. I think it got to be when I was kind of adding up every interaction and seeing how I felt at the end. I was like, do I want to keep doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Or do I want to have a confrontation? And I let it stretch on even longer because we had a conversation after something happened, and she was like, at the end, I had this thing happen, and you were the only person who has always been there for me. And I was like, oh, and I felt bad because at that point I'd wanted to end the friendship. And then she came back and said something like that, like, you were the only one who's been there for me through everything. And I was like, oh, now I can't. And so I let it stretch on even longer. And in hindsight, I absolutely should have had that conversation with him, but I just kind of let it fade away. And
It
then I
was the
think,
right time. You could have
yeah,
flipped it on her like, I'm always there for you, but every time I leave, you make me feel like shit, and that's why you ain't got no friends.
well, I mean, I don't know if she has, for, I mean, she's always had
That's why you
friends.
ain't got no friends.
Yeah, no, no, no. She's definitely, see, am I here? Am I defending her? She's always had friends. But I think, and then too, it was interesting because I still think about her obviously from time to time, and I just learned that like a couple months ago, I learned that her mom had passed away the year before, like last year, and I was like, ooh, maybe I should reach out and say something. And then I was like, and if you do reach out, don't, because then you're going to open it back up. And
Hmm.
do you really want to open it back up? So I had to let it go. Because I did, when I found out her mom had passed away, I kind of got teary eyed because I spent from high school all into college, I spent a lot of time at their house. Like, it was like upsetting, you know? And then my sister kind of had to remind me, is like, yeah, even though you're not friends with this person anymore because of your past and your history, it's normal to be a
Hmm.
little upset. Like, you can have those feelings and be sad that her mom is not here anymore, but that doesn't mean you have to restart anything. And I was like, okay, you're right. So anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, but with me, it's always also multiple stuff. I don't like the backhanded sneakiness and the backhanded opinions and stuff like that. Like I clock everything, but I'll leave you to show. I'll give you
Mhm.
leverage to
Mhm.
make you say certain stuff. But I'm copying everything.
Mhm.
But then sometimes I lay down and I really think about them, and I say like I really hope they okay, and I really
Mhm.
hope things
I
they
do.
really, like plans they really want to achieve really works for them. And the funny thing is sometimes the next day they call me,
Mm.
and sometimes I let that shit go to voicemail. Sometimes sometimes I pick up, and
Mhm.
and 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 the thing about it is,